So this topic, we were doing some planning together on Saturday, and this topic kind of fell out at the end of our session, didn't it? And oh yeah, oh yeah. And the first thing that came into my mind was when I was long distance running. I had a running coach at some point that said to me, um, Nick, you just need to honor, you didn't say, he didn't use the word honor. He said, run the kilometer you're in. So if you're running a 10-kilometer race or a 20-kilometer race, focusing on that period of time or that challenge that is ahead of you, rather than focusing on the entire race or what am I going to do at kilometer 9 if I start to get a blister on my foot, or because that really constricts you in the moment and puts a whole lot of pressure on you that is not useful for being where you are.
Absolutely. And it's such a good metaphor. One of the mind's tricks is to project all the way out and go, oh, this is everything that this is going to entail. And then the nervous system responds as though it has to live it all now, which is physically impossible. So you can't run all the 9-10 kilometers right now, but that's exactly how the body feels. And then it's like, it's impossible. I'll just, I'll stop now and save myself the heartache. And yeah, we see that a lot. Whether people are projecting out what they need to do in their business or what they want to do for this year, or whatever change they're going through or would like to go through, they project it all out at once, and then their nervous system gets overwhelmed, and it's much easier to just sit down where you are rather than go, hang on a second, I've only got to take this step, and knowing that the rolling stone gathers no moss either. Because I think when we are overwhelmed, it's so easy to throw the baby out with the bathwater rather than go, okay, what can I do now? What can I do now? And it's change also happens in those micro moments, and does happen in those micro moments because it's the only place that it can happen.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And also when we're wanting to make big and lasting change in our lives, honoring what is going on for you in your physical body in the now, and holding space for you, because holding space for yourself and the changes, because kindness and compassion to yourself and honoring yourself where you're at allows everything to move more freely and more allows you to step out of overwhelm.
Exactly.
And then we're able to achieve the things that we never thought possible, which brings that feeling of pride and connection with yourself, and yes, I can do this, which gives you more energy instead of less. It gives you, instead of overwhelm, you get this like, I can do it.
Superman, Superwoman pose. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. I was given a great metaphor one time, which is that there's two ways to get things done. One is the stick, where you whack yourself about and make yourself get over the line. And the other way is the carrot, where you're led forward by something meaningful and tasty to you. And what for me that is linked to is kind of this idea of Eeyore. Because the stick works very effectively in the short term, in going, okay, I've got to get this done. I'm feeling a certain amount of discomfort. I don't really want to do it. you know, and then all the shoulds play out and we kind of whack ourselves about a bit. So it's then easier to do it than put up with the discomfort of not doing it. But we've kind of been a little bit unkind to ourselves in that process. And people will get a certain amount of mileage out of themselves using the stick approach. But ultimately they end up like eel, you know, the donkey that's just been beat up too many times and is now slow and downtrodden. And that's kind of what happens to the human spirit, so to speak, if you pick the stick up too much and whack yourself about with it. And it's one of the biggest traps, because people are highly motivated by pain, but it's a short-term solution, and at the end of that is burnout and discontent, and it also can breed resentment for others, in that if you're used to picking the stick up and beating yourself about to get things done, then often what happens is you look about and go, well, why can't others put up with the discomfort or make themselves do it? And it's because the stick is quite a primitive way of getting ourselves to move. Versus if you go, okay, well, what's the carrot? And from a psychological well-being perspective, that's absolutely the self-compassion and grace that you were just talking about, to go, okay, well,